Hello. Welcome to 2025.
Dum, dum, dum. She's Sammie.
And she's Bronya.
And this is the business of cake making.
Welcome. How are you?
Sammie is poorly, so that's why she's sounding very sexy today.
Been in bed for 2 days.
It's not like you.
No, it was very hard. My sister had to have my dogs. I couldn't walk them. And I've just broken my laptop.
So she's on her phone. So if she suddenly disappears, it's because she's on her phone.
I went into my emails just now and I got loads of, I was just wondering why you haven't got back to me. It's like, I'm just poorly.
It's like people don't think that you've got anything else to do.
Even though I've got an email that goes out, if I get an email, they email me, hi, I might not get back to you immediately.
Yeah, you've got an autoresponder, haven't you? Because I think I wrote it. But I think it says give me 24 or 48 hours or something, doesn't it?
So, but after this, I'm going to sit on the sofa and my dog walker might come back in a minute. So I'm sorry if you hear that in the background as well.
We start 2025 as we mean to go on.
No, it only gets better. Even though I've been poorly since like Saturday and Jack's flight home got cancelled and I had to drive in the snow and, it's all been fun. I'm doing all right.
The only way is up.
Yeah, that's right. I think positive. So, yeah.
Right. Today we are talking trends. And we're going to do it slightly differently. That we're going to talk about some online companies and we're going to talk about some cookie companies. And then we're going to do like the normal trends that you normally find from us, like the wedding cake trends and drip cake trend, celebration cake trends. But they will be in the Patreon section, that bit. So like.
And how if you wanted to join Patreon, how do you do that, Bronya?
You're such a good actress. So if you would like to join our Patreon, you go to patreon.com/the business of cake making podcast and you sign up for a mere £5 per month and you will get all the just £5 and you will get all the extra bonus stuff. So we're still doing a tip of the week, we're still doing a product of the week, and that's all on the Patreon bit. And we are going to be doing some things that we're seeing in wedding cakes and celebration cakes trends, and that will be in Patreon. But we're going to start by talking about some other bits and pieces, like cookie companies and online companies and viral companies and how they're going to influence us.
Yes, because cakes are still out there. People can still order cakes. But people are really diversifying with their businesses because it's easy ways to make money. Isn't it?
I think cakes. I think people think cakes is an easy idea, and then they try it, and then they find they're up till midnight making a cake. Yeah. And then they realise they're not getting paid enough for being up at midnight making a cake. And we all have this idealised view of, I'm going to have like this little cottage bakery and I can look after my kids and it's just a little bit, side hustle. And then you realise it's actually really damn hard. And I'm not saying that the other way is easier, but I do think there is a better work-life balance. I think you can plan your production and your work easier than making custom and bespoke cakes. I think custom and bespoke cakes, personally for me, I find them harder. I find everything's last minute, everything's at the whim of the customer. That wedding cake has to be done for that Saturday. You have no choice about it. You don't get as much control over your own business as if you did like a mail order or that kind of thing. Yeah.
Or a shop front, maybe.
Yeah, because the shop front, when we had the shop front was never hard, was it? That was like people just coming in and it never...
Yeah, you had... Yeah, it's a different kind of pressure. It's a simpler, easier, less stressful pressure. I must agree that I I can't think of the word I want. I beg to differ slightly, because I do like doing bespoke cakes.
Mm.
I do.
I love doing them, but I think you have less control.
Yeah. Oh God.
You have less control. So, for example, I've been following a couple of cookie companies, like Dunk Cookies. There's Dunk Cookies, George's. I think it's called George's Baking, and Get Baked. Get Baked with Bertha.
Yeah.
And I think what they do, I think, is really interesting. And Dunk Cookies have literally just gone back to doing it. What I think is interesting is they do a drop of stock. So they say, we're going to do a restock on this day, order then. So they're controlling their baking and their stock, rather than you have to get this cake done for that Saturday.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I think.
So when I've been doing my research, I have looked at lots and lots of companies, and I've come up with 3 different types that there were. So the first one was a place called Insomnia Cookies. And
sounds so good.
If you check out their menu, they are. But they're a shopfront store, but they're a franchise from America.
Oh.
That are coming over here, and there's 3 stores in Manchester. And they deliver their cookies as well to the local area.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was quite a good way of promoting their business as well. I guess it's on Uber Eats or that type of thing. But their price range is, I'm on the wrong page, starts from £3.
Right.
So it's a smaller outlay, and they do hot drinks and cakes and that sort of thing. So they're definitely a takeaway business.
Yeah.
They what they have in store is what they send out.
Yeah, and that's quite interesting, because that's what I found with the Cake Shed, is that people might not have £150 to spend on a cake, but they still want that little treat. So £5 on a nice piece of cake or a nice cookie and a drink is kind of okay. Yeah. So it's a completely different business model to celebration cakes, but it's those smaller outlays, but it still treats. People like to treat themselves, don't they?
Yeah. And then I checked out another 2 companies who primarily their original company start was cookies, and one's cookies and one's iced biscuits. Right. So, and they're very similar, but they're also extremely different. They both, so one of them, I keep turning my page, I don't know why I do. One of them is a company called Baked by Steph. She started as a small business in her kitchen in a flat in Camden.
Wow.
Which I thought was really nice.
Yeah.
It really grew, and she's now got a commercial bakery with 10 staff in East London. And
gosh.
I think she started in 2018, 2019. So to go from that
6 years,
to now, and they're kind of, they do the iced cookies, like Rude Cookies up in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So they can do personalised designs and things like that. But they do little custom birthday cakes.
Oh,
a tiny, I'd say it's even a 3-inch. It's a really small one. They do cakes, macarons. They make icing kits, and they've even got merch as well. And they do treat hampers, but they also do things like a thank you little package, or you're the best. Wedding congratulations. So instead of flowers, you can send personalised biscuits. But they also do wedding favours, and they have a cookie club. So she's gone in that small space of time.
Yeah.
I think she said she was doing 20 cookies that's all she could do in one day in her flat, and now she's got all this. So
that's amazing. And is it been all built up on online? Is it like a
I mean, you can go and personally see them, but I think the majority of it is all online, and it's delivery across the UK. So you could have personalised cookies for your wedding favours. The shortbread biscuits with the icing, the run-out icing. And then the other place I've looked at is a place called Chummy's Bakery, and they do delivery boxes. So they do a box of cookies, or afternoon teas was another one. Sorry, my light just went out. They do gluten-free and vegan. They do bro nuts, which made me laugh because I think of you. Do brownies and donuts combined. But unlike the other place that I was just baked by Steph, this is more like treat boxes.
Right.
They send out the package, and their price range is £19 to £40.
Oh, okay.
So it's it's completely different.
But that's quite nice, because that's like a gift range, isn't it? That's like you'd buy that as a gift for someone. That's quite nice, or a treat, like a proper treat. Yeah,
which I thought was quite nice.
Yeah,
to do.
Yeah. So the ones that I was looking at like the viral bakery. So I looked at, and I think these are ones that have started again as small businesses, but have exploded. Proper full-on exploded, and it's all to do with Instagram and TikTok and all the rest of it. And I looked at Dunk cookies, and I've ordered some today.
Have you?
Because I thought, why not? Just do it. And that's like a small team, and I think she started off. It's quite. She hasn't been going for donkey's years. It's like 5-6 years. Started off with a small team. They're in a unit, and they send out, and they've just gone from. So they always had things on their website that were available all the time, right? So you could order all their products all the time, and she's just changed her business model, because she was saying that she found that it wasn't leaving any room for innovation, because they were relentlessly baking cookies all the time, and there was the things that they had in their like online store. So what they've done is they've gone to drops. So they do a Tuesday and a Thursday drop, and it's like, so this Thursday, this is what we've got. Order it. Once it's gone, it's gone. And she said that that's meant that they can innovate more, because they've got time to think about it, and then if it works, they can put it on their website.
I'm seeing this more and more. This is the day I'll be open. This is what I've got. Yeah,
and I think it's a really good idea. I mean, because it gives you control over what you're doing, and it gives you control over your bakery and your production and everything. But also, it gives you control over your stock and your income. You know. But the other thing is, it creates hype. Yeah. For example, Get Baked with Bruce, or now called Bertha, the big chocolate. If you don't know what Bruce is, please go and check out Get Baked. They do this massive, I think it's about 1 foot, 18 inches tall chocolate cake with 10 billion layers of cake in it, and ganache in it. And they've just expanded, like proper expanded into like a factory almost, because they weren't being able to bake enough. And so they would go, right, it's dropped today. The stock has dropped today. And it was like buying Glastonbury tickets. It would be gone within 5 minutes.
I mean, how fantastic is that?
Yeah. And so they've moved into these bigger premises. Now they've got the capacity now to make hundreds of these things, and still. So yesterday, I think it's actually today or yesterday, it was like their drop at 10 o'clock. You go on at 15:15, it's all gone. They've created so much hype around this cake that it just disappears.
Yeah.
And I'm not suggesting that all of us can do that, because we can't, obviously. But if you can get that hype building, You know, and I know someone that's got a cake shed. I think it's called Bakes by Amy. And she's created a hype in her local area. Right, the bake box is going to be stocked at 3 p.m. today. And that's the only stock this week.
Yeah.
And it's gone within like 2 hours.
Yeah. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you know what your production is. You can work it around your time. You know what your income's going to be because you know what your stock is and you're going to sell.
Yeah. And all of the hype is done on social media.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't even have to leave your house.
There's none of that like in the olden days where you go around sticking up posters.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, and all these that I've got off Instagram. They're people that I follow on Instagram. I think COVID changed a lot.
Oh, definitely.
Because a lot of online businesses popped up in COVID and people have then had to stick around and keep fighting to stick around.
Yeah.
Something I've noticed, all the people that I've looked at, so I've looked at Get Baked, Loaf in Manchester, and Loaf in Manchester, they literally make little loaf cakes. Dunk Cookies, Wilmer's, George's Bakery, Bread Ahead are in Borough Market, so they're slightly bigger, but they're in Borough Market, and Fortitude Bakehouse. They've all got like a signature bake. That one thing they do really well.
Mm.
They've got lots of other things, but it's almost like niching down. You know, they've niched down to Get Baked. It's Bertha. That's their thing.
While I was doing my looking at all of this online, a couple of times it came up, do the cookie trail. So in London, you can go from, she says, do it on a bike, so you're burning off the calories. Cookie house. But it's actually got, I think there are about 12 cookie houses on there.
Wow.
You do a cookie, you literally go from cookie house to cookie house to cookie house to cookie house.
That's great. So they must have all got together and done that.
Yeah.
That's so good, isn't it?
Brilliant idea.
What a great marketing idea to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're going to put that on your socials, aren't you?
Absolutely. And that's the thing, is that all these things, and I think the other thing that I found with all of these is they had amazing visuals. They had really strong brand identities.
Bright, vibrant colours.
Yeah.
No,
and they were all and all the packaging was amazing.
Yeah. Really modern.
Yeah.
Lots of lots of lines as well. Something
that you want to take as a customer, you want to get it, do an unboxing, take a picture of it, post it on your socials, and think of all the extra promo you're getting from all your customers going, look what I got through the post today, or look what I've just picked up. It's, the visuals are so important.
Yeah. So one of the online companies I was looking at is called Desserts Delivered Bakery, and they deliver things from cakes, which I'm like blown away.
We're going to have to order one. We've got to order one.
They do cakes, cheesecakes, brownies, cookies, but their packaging, again, back in the day, you just get like a black cardboard box. And you're like, oh, what's in here? But it's like a corrugated box in black. It's got really impressive writing on the outside.
Yeah.
The inside's got dry ice in it. And excuse me. And it's got protective brackets to keep the cake safe.
Wow.
And then you're going to be getting a cake in the post that looks punchy. It doesn't, it's not like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
It's a box that you're going to want to open.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're wanting to take a picture of, and you're wanting to go and post it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the imagery and branding is more important now than it's ever been because of things like Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The other thing that I found with them all is they all had a person, like a figurehead.
Yeah.
They all had they all had either the founder or the head baker, and they would always be in a lot of their
and they'd have all of the staff on
Yeah.
the site as well, all the faces of the staff, which I thought was nice. So on Bake by Steph, their faces are actually cookie faces. They've been made into cookies.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
I looked at Wilma's last night, and there was, I don't know what she's called. I think it's the person that does their marketing. I think she's called Emily, and it's called Emily's Hand, because you never see Emily, you just see Emily's hand.
That's good. That's good as well, isn't it? You know, they take something and make it fun.
Yeah, definitely. I think the other thing, I think that, because we were talking about this as well, that whatever goes viral kind of filters down into our lives. So we were talking about, you said, because we were talking about trends, and you were talking about pistachio, weren't you? It's everywhere. Pistachio is everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, the videos as well.
Yeah. And everyone is making pistachio cake. And I'm convinced it's all come from the Dubai chocolate. It's all come from that one Dubai chocolate.
Definitely. And that, the cake they make with it.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be a trend that I hate to say this, but you're going to need to keep up to date on things like Instagram and TikTok, that if something does go viral, like but if something does go viral, chances are you're suddenly going to be asked to make that flavour, you know. So yeah, I mean, I haven't ventured into pistachio yet, but I keep looking at the pistachio cream in Marks and Spencer's.
Oh, it's so delicious.
Yeah.
My friend Sid, I made her last year a pistachio, rose and lemon for her birthday, and I did it. She said, yeah, it was very nice.
See, I keep looking at the jars of pistachio cream, and I have this feeling that I won't get to use them because I'll just eat it all.
Yeah. It is nice.
Yeah, but then Biscoff, that's been a viral trend that's filtered down. So I think things like that are really important. And things like Bread Ahead do donuts. They do these amazing donuts. You must have seen them. So they're just like fried donuts, and then they have this big dollop of whatever they filled it with on the top. And they're not cheap. I mean, they're like £4, £5 a donut. But they're so good. They're so good. And they did a creme brulee donut, which has obviously got, you know, creme pat in it, and then they make it all crackly on top, and they fire it all on top. And when you go and buy it, it comes in like this pale blue box, shiny blue box with Bread Ahead on it, and then you open it up and it's just filled with donuts, and it's like opulent. And whilst £4 is quite a lot for a donut,
well, I think
it's not that much.
No, that's about the same price as Krispy Kreme.
Yeah,
and I would rather the one that you were talking about than going to Krispy Kreme.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to spend that money, spend it on something that's a small business.
Yeah, and also by making it like £4 or £5, you're telling people my donut's worth £4 or £5.
Yeah. Hell yes.
You know, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can go down a bakery, you can go down to Co-op and buy, you know, four for £1.50, but this one is worth £5, and it's like cake makers. Yeah, you can go and buy a tray of, you know, cupcakes from Asda, or you can buy mine for £4 a go.
Yeah.
And it's that same thing of giving out those vibes of it's homemade, it's handmade, it's worth it.
And stick to your guns with pre-part pricing.
Yeah.
Don't think, you know, I'm going to price it lower. Don't price it how it should be priced.
Yeah, make it that treat, make it that affordable treat. And it's that lipstick effect. I think, have I spoken about the lipstick effect recently? I've got a thing about that at the moment, the lipstick effect. But it's that affordable treat that people can't afford big items, but they will go and spend a little bit on a good treat.
Yeah.
What else have I got on mine?
Well, that's how cupcakes came about, isn't it?
Yes. I also think cupcakes are going to come back this year.
Actually, I did see a thing that was saying the cupcakes with really neat flowers on them.
Yes. Yeah. I think the reason that cupcakes aren't big yet is because no one has successfully found a way of posting them without getting them totally destroyed. I know there are cupcake boxes out there, and I know we've used them in the past, and they're okay, but they do get a bit schmussed, you know. And I think if someone could successfully find a way of sending cupcakes in the post, I think it would skyrocket again. I really do. So all you product designers out there,
companies do them, actually. Maybe I should order some.
Well, I've decided, because I like the idea of going to like these viral bakeries and buying something and trying it, but you know, I haven't got the time to be going here, there and everywhere. So I've decided that at least once a month I'm going to buy some online and give them a go. I'll do an unboxing, I'll put it out on Instagram or whatever, you know. That's it, how it is.
So another online business that I found, which I thought was quite interesting, I wouldn't say per se that the company, I liked their company and everything.
Yeah.
But I think they could have made it even more better.
Oh.
So it's called the Chuckling Cheese Company.
That sounds great.
Yeah. And they do like cheese biscuits, pickles, and it's all pre-packaged. So I think it's more of a buy it in, pack it out, send it out type thing. But then there's also, you can also get sweet stuff. Again, it's packaged fudge, biscuits, sweets and chocolates. And again, that it's just pre-bought and then sent out.
Right, yeah.
That sort of vibe. I loved that idea of cheese because, I mean...
Who doesn't love cheese?
And biscuits and pickles and olives and that sort of stuff. But also, I think if they'd have got more homemade cakes on there as well, I would have been like, yeah, I really want to go for it. So, yeah, that's another thing which would make a good combo.
Yeah. Cheese and cake. Cheese and cake. So all the ones that you looked at, did they were they selling through their own websites? Do they have like their own?
All of these I have got, because I knew you'd go down the Instagram, you'd do the social media side of it. So I kind of went through Google and Google searches and websites to see. So all the ones I've talked about have come up on the Google and website.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So they're all doing it through, because I know there are some people that sell through Etsy.
Yeah, and I was looking at Shopify as well, because I've not really experienced that. So I went onto Reddit to have a look at it, and the reviews of it were 50-50. Some were like, yeah, it's amazing, use Shopify.
Yeah.
And others were like, no, it's not. You'll only sell on it for a year before you realise you're not making any money.
Right.
So
see, I think Etsy's similar to that. So I know a lot of people make a very successful Etsy, but I think Etsy's commission is quite high. Yeah,
and I think you have to pay it up front as well when they buy the product. I could be wrong, don't quote me. But do you know what I've noticed? So my eldest bought me some stickers from Temu, and I like to hand them out to my friend. And I had run out. So I went on Temu to buy some more. They'd sold out. So I went on to Etsy, and the customer on Etsy had taken, so you'd buy 4 sheets of stickers from Temu.
Yeah.
On Etsy, they were selling 1 sheet for £5, whereas the product was £2.50 from Temu.
See, I've heard, though, that Temu take people's products. So take small, because I've seen a couple of posts on Instagram where a small business, say, I think it was a jumper, like someone did knitting.
Yeah.
And Temu, or I don't know, is it Temu or one of the others, had stolen.
Design.
Yeah. Yeah. And was selling it for a fraction of the price.
Yeah.
So they're taking like small businesses and kind of ripping off their ideas, and then making the small businesses look really pricey in comparison.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Which I suppose the benefit of baked goods is Temu Can't really get away with that.
Yeah, because it takes at least a week for it to get to you.
I've never bought off Temu, and I've never bought off Shein or whatever it is. But yeah, I know it's not quick, is it?
Oh no, because it's coming from China.
Yeah,
it takes at least a week. It is quick for where it's coming from. Yeah. But yeah, you're not going to get cakes.
No. So that is the benefit of mail order baked goods. Yeah, I think
all of these that I've looked at are delivery within 24 hours.
Yeah. Which is crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. I mean, all the ones that I was looking at were doing, apart from Bread Ahead and Fortitude Bakery, and Wilmer's, they've got shop fronts. So they're obviously baking all the time because they've got shop fronts. But a lot of the ones I looked at are mail order, and they do dated drops. There was another one. What was the other one that I looked at? Baby Face or Little Baby or something like that. They're in Scotland, in Leith in Scotland, and they're another one. They've got a storefront, but then they do mail order. I think shop fronts are quite expensive now, and I think to have mail order, it's those different streams of income, isn't it?
Yeah. So you could also have a shop front, but also have online.
Yeah. And I think as cake makers now, because I the cost of ingredients, the cost of living, all the rest of it, and people are complaining that orders are going down. Yeah. And maybe it is a case of having different income streams, putting different things. Don't just rely on your wedding cakes. Don't just rely on your celebration. Having different income streams, putting in a small amount of mail order or something.
Yeah. Diversify.
Yeah. And the other thing, I mean, we were all burnt with COVID, so people that were making just wedding cakes suddenly didn't have any trade.
Yeah.
So if you have...
Yeah, everybody did something a bit different.
Yeah.
Afternoon teas or,
So we've all learnt to have more than one income stream as a small business. Yeah. Because if one goes down or if one disappears, you are screwed. It's putting all of your eggs in one basket. Yeah. If you sell just cakes on Etsy and Etsy put up their prices, then you're going to struggle. So have lots of, not lots, I'm not going to say have lots, but think about having an alternative income stream to bump it up.
Yeah.
Anything else you got on yours?
No.
No, I'm too ill to think.
I've actually talked about everything, and I got my little bit for Patreon, which we're going to talk about next.
I think just one other thing that I think I would like to do this side of the Patreon paywall is I also think that being eco and sustainable is really, really important now.
So much.
So if you're getting packaging, try and get sustainable packaging, and I think your customers would appreciate it, and they probably will pay a few extra pennies for it.
Yeah, because I think Amazon are much better than they used to be. The times when you get a box and it's full of plastic and plastic bags, and then you get more plastic bags. So
and it's a box in a box in a box in a box. Yeah.
Do eco.
Yeah, just because I think it's gone past. I think being sustainable and ecologically friendly, it's gone past being a buzz thing now.
No,
but I think people expect it, and if you're not, people pick you up on it.
Yeah,
and they would rather go somewhere that you're going to get a nice cardboard box than a bit of plastic.
Yeah.
Dogs are back.
Dogs are back. Perfect timing.
Look at that. Right, so stick with us on Patreon, and we're going to talk about some cake trends that we see coming in, and I don't know, maybe some going, I don't know, in 2025. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? And we've got a tip and a product of the week. So stick around.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
bye 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 bye.